How to grow on Instagram. Good afternoon everyone, Chris here from GOSO.io. Today's video is going to be how to grow on Instagram. Now in a few of my previous videos I've explained about how to grow, get better engagement by using free methods on Instagram. Now this video is going to be more aimed towards the paid methods that you can do. So let's jump right in. So the first paid method that you can do on Instagram, and you must have heard it before, are power likes. Now power likes can be absolutely fantastic for your profile, but they can also be terrible as well. And this completely depends on what company you go with, how many that you use, how big your account is. So be very, very careful when using power likes, but I'm going to explain what you need to do to get the most out of the power likes. So to get the most out of the power likes, and so you're not just spending a lot of money and getting very little engagement back, you need to make sure that you're doing a few things 100% correct. And the main thing with power likes is your content. If your content is not great, then don't even bother using power likes, because even if you start ranking on the hashtags and the explore and your content is very, very poor, people are not going to follow you. So this is one of the most important things with the power likes, is make sure your content is great. In addition to having great content on Instagram as well, you need to make sure that you're using hashtags and location. If you do have a profile and you start buying lots of power likes and you're not using the hashtag and you're not using the location, you're going to find it a lot harder to get more exposure. If you're not ranking on a hashtag, the only way that you can really grow is if you start ranking on the explore page. And if you've been on Instagram for quite a while, you know that's not the easiest thing to do as well. So using hashtags and location with power likes is absolutely essential, because the more hashtags that you use, and if you do your research well and use the power likes, the more hashtags you're gonna rank on. And this is exactly the same for the location. So if you've been watching videos online that are telling you to buy power likes and not use hashtags and not use location, do not listen to these people. They do not know what they are talking about. Because what's easier, to try and rank on the hashtags, location and explore page, or just try and rank on the explore page every time? If you use your hashtags right and you use your location right and you start to get boosted onto the location and onto the hashtag, it's going to be a lot easier for you to get onto that famous explore page. So please, please, please always use hashtags and location. Another part which is super important when buying power likes as well is the frequency that you post, and also the times that you post as well, because at the end of the day, it's completely pointless buying a power likes package if you're not even posting that much, or when you are posting, you're posting at the wrong time, so your followers aren't seeing your posts. And what I mean by timing, if you have a look at your stats and you realize that 90% of your audience are in Europe, don't be posting when it's 6 a.m. in Europe, because you're not going to get as much engagement as you would if you post at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. for example. So with the power likes, obviously they are aimed at boosting your photos. But what happens if you post a lot of videos? And this is where we have power views as well. And if you put them together, a couple of power likes and also a couple of power views as well, you're going to be able to boost your videos a lot more than you did without them. But just as the power likes as well, what I just mentioned before in terms of the great content, the frequency of posting, this is exactly the same for the power views as well. If you're not posting at the right time or you're not posting enough, it doesn't matter how many views or how many likes that you send to these posts, you just won't rank as well as if you did on a daily basis. So now I've explained what power likes are and also what power views are and what you need to do when you buy them. Here's the pros and cons of actually using them. Now, one big pro for using the power likes and the power views is the fact that it's going to boost you onto the hashtags, onto the location, and also onto the explore page a lot more, gaining a lot more visibility for your profile. But not just that as well, because the power likes really help you with your current followers. Because if you are using power likes or power views and you get more engagement on your post, Instagram will actually show your post to a lot more of your followers. So therefore you're going to get more views and more likes from your followers, not just external as well. Another pro for using the power likes and power views is, you've probably heard of engagement groups. Engagement groups can be extremely damaging to your posts, as most of the people just put their profile link in there, and Instagram know directly if you're coming from Google or anywhere like this, but it also takes you time. If it's a like for a like or comment for a comment, or you have to view someone's video and then you get a view back, the power likes and the power views cut all of that out, giving you a lot more time to actually work on more important things in your profile rather than going through the hashtags and liking one of the posts one by one. One of the big cons with actually power likes is the fact that most companies don't keep up with the Instagram algorithm updates. Now here at GOSO, we are always updating our system as well, so we know our power likes go completely undetected by Instagram. However, we know, and we have many clients that have come from other companies who have had their profiles destroyed by using wrong companies who don't care about your profile. So one of the big cons is the fact is there's a lot of con artists out there and they're just reselling damaging services. So be very careful whenever buying power likes or power views. So another con with the power likes and the power views is it can be quite tricky to use. You need to make sure you have the right amount, you don't have too many, you don't have too little. You need to know that they're actually decent power likes or power views that you're buying, because if you don't, it's only gonna damage your account, and at the end of the day, you're gonna be the one that loses out. Apart from the power likes and the power views, there are other paid services that you can use to grow your account. And at the moment, we have the hypergrowth, and the hypergrowth is by far the best package we have ever released in the history of GOSO. And this is based on the old follow-unfollow methods, but now it's 100% manual. So everything that we do, from looking at the sources, finding the profiles to target, all the way through from doing the actions, warming the profile up, it is all done by a human being. And due to this, the growth that the clients have been getting is absolutely extraordinary. We've had some of the accounts that haven't been grown for over 2 years, or since follow-unfollow went down around about May 2019. And then all of a sudden, after they've been losing 500 followers, 1,000 followers a month, they're now gaining between 1,000 and 2,000 followers. And this is because hypergrowth builds your account exactly how Instagram want you to. And the reason that we know this is because we know how the Instagram algorithm works, because we have millions of accounts feeding us data every single day, telling us how it works. So apart from just growing your account in accordance to how Instagram want you to do it, it actually strengthens your account as well, which is super important, because if you've ever used old services in the past, you might have damaged your account, you might not be getting the likes that you want, you might not be ranking on the hashtags. What the hypergrowth does is exactly what it says on the tin. It strengthens your account. It shows Instagram that you're constantly on the platform. It shows Instagram that you're interacting with other people on the platform. Therefore, when you do post, they boost it a lot more than if you didn't use the hypergrowth. Also, unlike the power likes and the power views, which you need to post great content to get, engagement on there, is the hypergrowth is guaranteed growth. It doesn't matter if your content is not 100%. And this is why it's fantastic for businesses as well, because normally with businesses, once they're getting used to social media, their content is not the best as it would be from an influencer, for example, but no worries. The hypergrowth guarantees you growth. Now, if you're losing 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 followers a month, you won't see positive numbers, but what you will see is an increase in new followers. But just bear that in mind. If you are losing 5,000 followers a month, with the growth, you will be able to gain 1,000 to 2,000 followers, but you're never going to be in positive numbers if you're losing so many followers before you actually started using the package. But to wrap up the hypergrowth, one of the main things is it saves you an unbelievable amount of time on your account. Now, we're going to be working on the accounts between 7 and 8 hours every single day, which takes that time away from yourself. So pretty much all you need to do once you're on the hypergrowth is just post. Reply to comments, reply to DMs, and we do the rest. So this is why it's so fantastic, because if you have a large company, somebody doesn't have time to do the social media, we do it all for you. So to be honest, that's to wrap it up on the hypergrowth. It is by far the best package that we have, and it is one of the best ways to grow on Instagram right now with this Instagram algorithm. So the pros and cons for the hypergrowth is, one, you're guaranteed to get new followers every single month. You don't need to be spending as much time on your profile, and also your content doesn't need to be as good as if you were using the power likes. And to be honest, with the cons for the hypergrowth, there is no cons, because everybody who's on it, everybody who's on the hypergrowth is growing, and the client retention rate is absolutely ridiculous. So if you haven't checked it out, click the link below, go to the website, check it out, and if you have got any questions at all, please send us a message. We'll be more than happy to explain any questions or queries that you might have. Another 2 paid methods that you can do as well is story views. We'll be releasing them very soon, and also the brand new Instagram Reels. These are going to do really well. We have services for them right now. We're just doing the final beta test. This video is being produced in August, so if you're watching it any later than August, we will have these services services ready online. So go through and check them out. So I just wanted to sign this video off with a little bit of a warning to everyone out there who wants to buy power likes or power views or anything like that. Now, we do produce fantastic services. We're always looking at the Instagram algorithm, but we completely understand that people want to buy services from other companies. But please listen to me when I tell you that you have to be super careful when choosing another Instagram services company. And make sure that you go through and they have tax details. Make sure they have tax details. They are a legitimate company. Otherwise, it's very easy nowadays to throw up a one-page website, get your information, possibly get your password on some websites, and then all of a sudden they disappear, they steal your account. You will be surprised about how much this actually happens. Now at GOSO, we constantly get daily messages of people who've lost their accounts, used another company, their account's damaged, they've sent ridiculous likes, sent them at the wrong time, sent them all in the first hour. So whenever choosing a company, be super thorough in making sure they have reviews, not just the reviews on their website, because I guarantee the reviews on their website are fake unless it's actually been through Trustpilot or something like that. So check them out on Trustpilot, check them out on Google, check them out on Facebook. Check the company out, because if you can't find any reviews, any videos, any publicity about the company, more likely it's definitely going to be a scam company, or everything's going to be fake and you're going to be the one who pays for it. And if you are providing your password, please make sure that they're not actually using your account and they're only helping you grow on it. But the best way to really find out if a company is legitimate or not is actually jump on a proper call with them. Because most of these companies won't answer the phone, and if you jump on a phone call, 20-30 minute phone call, and ask them to explain about their services, and if you find something fishy on the phone call, they can't answer certain questions, then you know it's probably not the best company to go for. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you next time, you beautiful people.